Okay guys, we have tried to touch some objective instruments today, and now we are going to talk about some projective instruments. From beginning, we tried to, in our first class, try to understand that there are objective instruments and there are projective instruments. Rather calling them subjective, we call them projective, and today we understand why they are called projective instruments. These instruments are very good in tapping into personality disorders and into personalities, right? And then tapping into a lot of overt tendencies, overt behaviors, and a lot of things. Now, because you are supplying what is about you, and remember we said that one thing about the subjective instrument or projective instrument is that there is no standardized format of response, even administration and interpretation. So everything is based on how the client feel about it or perceive the stimulus that is presented, that is going to, he or she is going to respond, right? And now, why do they call it projective? You understand that most of the objective are able to give you tap into those structured, standardized or structured instruments are able to tap into several things that are overt behaviors, and you can report to them, right? But there are a lot of overt things that people can hide. But the assumption of the projective test says that the standard sets of instruments, the standard sets of stimulus or instruments, right, are used as screen to project materials that cannot be obtained through a more structured way, right? We are going to be looking at one of them today, and one of them that we're looking at today is the Rorschach inkblot test. Rorschach inkblot test. Inkblots. But it's a compound word, so we call it inkblot. It is by Herman Rorschach, a Russian, in 1921. And it was introduced in America by Samuel Beck in 1930. Yes. So the instrument is composed of 10 cards, dotted cards, 10 ink dotted cards, 10 ink blotted cards, anyhow you want to say it, right? Yes, 10 of them, they will call them stimulus, right? And they are symmetrical. So you see that out of those 10, 5 are black and white in color. The dots in them are black and white. 2 is black, white, and red. That's the colors in it. And the other 3 is many colors in them. Yeah. So how is it administered? How is I hope I'm making a good explanation to this. How is it done? So the clinician or the expert will want you to take the cards one after the other with the dots plotted on it, and ask you to make sense of the dots. What are you seeing? Any image, any picture, all of those things, right? So that is what they are interested in, and whatever you say, he'll collect the card back, give it to the next. Okay, the next card. So now I want you to make sense of these two. What do you think? And everything. These things are repeated. Now, no, not repeated. After the 10 cards, right? There is second phase. The second phase is called the inquiry. Inquiry. In this process, the examiner, the expert, the clinician returns the cards in the same order, one after the other, and asks you, please, can you recognize what you saw before? Right? And at this time, what informed that your reasoning? What informed that your observation? Why did you say that? What do you think? Or what you want to know why the person said that? Yes, they use Edna's scoring system in Rorschach. So that is it. That is the Rorschach inkblot test. Rorschach has an assumption, his own assumption. He believed that the spontaneous and unrehearsed response of a test taker, that him giving you this kind of cards, his assumption is that the spontaneous and unrehearsed response of a test taker reveals deep secrets or significant information about the test takers thoughts and personality. Yes, it reveals their innermost thoughts and their personality. Those spontaneous and you remember Sigmund Freud will tell you there is no slip of tongue, right? Those moments that Sigmund Freud is trying to give you free association is so that you will spill. You say something you never planned for. So they believe that through this kind of stimulus, that the test taker that is spontaneously and unrehearsed, responding honestly, let me use that word, right, that the responses will reveal deep secrets and significant information concerning the test taker's personality and innermost thoughts. Yes, that is what the instrument is saying. So if I may have to go back, you understand that we say it was in 1921 and 1930 by Samuel Beck in America, yes, and it has 10 asymmetrical cards that are ink blotted or ink dotted inks or ink dotted in the cards, right? That 5 of them are black and white dots or inks, dotted with black and white, and 2 is black, white, red, and 3 of the cards is many colors, making them 10 cards, right? And we have said that the clinician introduces these cards one after the other and expect the client or the test taker to say what he or she is seeing, or what the image or picture or story or anything the person may want to see or is seeing from that. And the second phase, after I mentioned the 10 instruments in the first one, the same process is repeated, and this is what we call the inquiry section, right? Inquiry. And this time the clinician returns the whole instrument, and at every point of the card he wants the client or the test taker to report again what he or she saw initially and now what informed that perception, or what is the reason you are giving to that. And this is the size of the Rorschach inkblot test. And please remember to subscribe and like and share. If you want to obtain the Rorschach, please comment. Anyways, thank you and see you in the next video.